Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to the blindness of eternity. When last we left off, we were hanging out in a brothel, learning some information about people, and getting a membership ring to some club somehow. And we were looking into a lot of missing persons. Excuse me. We're looking into missing persons all over the city. And they may all be connected, it may be multiple different things. We just don't know. So here's Gajefa. Actually, is Gajefa one of the people that I was supposed to talk to? I think I might be supposed to talk.
Good day, stranger.
Not from around here, are we? You need a local girl to show you the highlights. Lucky for you, I'm one of them. I'm gonna go number 4. You a local girl or a highlight? Both! That is her answer. So here's Lyrinia. Astoundingly, there's no spare change between these cushions. Okay. Interesting, so I can enter here. Back beneath the rear display cases the legendary Gilt Blade of Lorne, capable of smiting any foe dead with a single blow, broken in the Battle of Tower Watch. Your first time at the club? Man looks down his nosy. So you remember, I see. Are you here for the exclusive club equipment? Sure. Collecting the finest equipment for a decade. I guarantee you won't find superior collection. Spectacular Spadum. Interesting. So, Don Paco's codpiece of vigor. Wow, I love it. That is hilarious. Look at that. It's got a dragon penis on it. That is hilarious. Okay. Pair of lusciousness. Okay.
Yeah.
So this club is just a place where I can buy some magical equipment. Wow, Sorrel has a bunch of guards. I'm gonna talk to these guys. So, if you want to meet Sorrel, talk to Maya. Close, these look more comfortable than one might expect. Arena? I like arenas. Okay. So we're done in the brothel. We can just keep moving on. We found out some interesting information in there, but not too much. And let's see.
Ichuma. Take alone.
So, let's see. Oh, there we go. Here are the thugs. Found them. What do we got here? Another tourist in the gifts? Let's give her a proper welcome. I don't think so. is a... Ah, here's a rogue. Let's go ahead and kill this one. So, now that we've got people set up,
Point the way. Got it.
we can pull her in. And let's see. This guy's got a sword and shield. This one has a... Is that a bow? That looks like a bow. What are you doing? Why are you attacking with your fists if you have a bow? You are most definitely the weakest link. Goodbye. So we're just gonna have everyone attack this one. Oops. We'll have everybody attack this one.
Point the way. Got an arrow for this one.
No, you really don't have an arrow for them. Not for any of them. And there we go. One by one, they all go down. This is why you have to pick who you're gonna harass very carefully. A rusty bronze key, huh? Street thugs are harassing prostitutes. I was attacked by the thugs who are harassing the brothel patrons. If my theory is correct, one of them may have evidence of a larger plot. So... Okay, so we found a key to one of the houses here. Let's talk to the fisherman. Tides in. If you're wanting to go down to the shoreline, you'll have to wait until daylight. Oh. Some payday this turned into. Immortal. Old man paces the dock and looks over the water. He's fussing over something large and round, which he constantly shifts from one hand to the other. You're not certain whether his wide-eyed, gape-mouthed expression is marked surprise or fear. It seems he isn't sure. You don't look like a guard. Say, you wouldn't be interested in making some coppers, would you? See the ship that went down over there? I've been looking for someone to help me recover some missing cargo. Gonna go to number 2. I see him near every time I'm at port. He's the one who found the opal. Good kid, despite the loafer of a father. Number 1. Drunk more often than sober, and poor company either way. He spends his scant coin at the salty mists when he's got mouths to feed, and he thinks his hollow-born daughter is the curse on his family, as opposed to a curse on the whole area, which is pretty much what this stuff is. So, any idea where he is now? The boy loves his ships. He's probably playing pirates with the sailors if he hasn't stowed away with the cargo. You see that lad you tell old Immortal remembers the deal. I owe him a basket of mussels for finding that opal. Anything else you need? Let's see. Tell me about the missing cargo. We started in Cold Morn and we were making our ways down the river, loading and unloading as we went. Business as usual. When we reached Aina's Rest, we may have agreed to take on a few crates from some place called Cleabin Relag. A couple of lads snuck a peek at the cargo, saw suits of armor and a broken scepter. Don't know why anyone would want a broken anything, but those animancers will buy dirty stockings if you say it came from the ruins. We were almost to Defiance Bay when the screaming started. I've seen my fair share of barroom brawls, but this sounded different. I was topside with the captain, but he and the first mate went below decks to see what all the commotion was about. When they didn't come back, I looked into the hold. Saw one of those suits of armor walking around all by itself. It was covered in blood. When it saw me, it started running for the hatch, so I closed it. Interesting. number 1. I'm just a deckhand, but I was the only one left. I piloted the ship as best I could, but I hit rocks as we were passing Brackenbury. I barely made it to Andra's gift before I had to jump overboard and swim for the docks. I'd given up on the cargo, not to mention the payday, when one of the lads pulled this up in his nets. It's part of the scepter. From what I recall, there were 3 other pieces, and I'd bet you anything they're somewhere in the shallows too. If anyone could find them, there'd be profit to follow. It's gonna go with number 2. I'm lucky to have escaped the ship like I did. I'm not gonna take a chance with those things. Go with number 2, I guess. I'll admit I was smuggling relics. I don't think they'd arrest me, but I also doubt I'd see any coin for this mess. Another 1. You find the missing pieces of the artifact, and I've got an animancer friend from my expedition days who will find you a stack of coppers. All I want out of this is a few hundred pounds for my last lost payday. If that sounds fair to you, I'll go view this stone in the name of my contact once you have everything else. Seeing as the kid dredged up this stone in his net, I'd wager you could probably find the missing pieces out in the shallows during low tide. Let's see. I'm going to go with number 4. It's because it isn't. I'm from the Ixamiddle Plains, a broad savanna north of Deerwood. Not so different from the ocean in a way. There are places where you can stand and turn full circle and see nothing but the winds making waves in the grass. But at moments like this, I wonder what business a plainsman like me had with faking the water. We've got docks, fishing, and steady ship traffic. All this spring around the docks is the poorest district of Defiance Bay, but one of the liveliest. As for lively, nothing beats the salty mast. You'd do better to ask a younger man than me if you want to know about that place. That's how it's business. I'll be glad to sail with captains who are more careful about their cargo from now on. I don't give a worm's wings about the Duke's traffic laws, but I'm too old to fight ancient horrors. I just want to enjoy my twilight years doing an honest day's worth. Okay. So, if we go talk to him during the daytime, we will hopefully find some information. And he was very forthcoming about the kid, which is nice.
A dozen Adiran ships were shattered against these levees during the War of Defiance. Best to heed the astrologers, I find, where tides are concerned.
Place gets my blood beating in all the right places. Light, flame, and sound.
Durance, you are such a weird, creepy old pervert. Okay, so let's... Captain will be happy to hear about what? The young lanky sailor is wringing his cap anxiously, sweat beading on his furrowed brow. His eyes widen as you approach, and he takes a few steps
Hail and well met.
If you've a moment, you're not from around here, right? You don't look like you're from the docks. I could use your help. Go with number 1. We'll ask about his problem before we ask him about Darren. Oh, thank you. They weren't lying, saying you're a kind-hearted... Interesting. He knows who I am. He indicated that he didn't know who I was just a second ago. The captain, or rather not the captain himself, but his chest, his sea chest. He keeps all his valuables in there tucked away safe. I was unloading the rest of the things, what with us staying in port a couple days, and... I may have gotten a little distracted. I wasn't gone long, just an hour at the salty mists. When I got back, the chest was gone. It really hasn't been that long. Whoever took it can't be far, but the shift's changed and I'm on watch. I can't sneak off to look for it, and the captain will kill me if he hears of it. I'll get strung up on the yardarm. Please, if you could get it back for me, I swear by the flame I'll make it worth your while. You can have my pay. I won't be spending it if Captain Fortunaros finds out anyway. Okay. I'm gonna go number 1. Well, the chest itself is pretty heavy. Nobody I've asked has seen it getting carried around either. I figure it must have snuck it off somewhere nearby, just out of sight. They can't have gone far. There's a pretty good lock on it too, so I'm hoping they haven't got it open. Unless they got an axe to it, I suppose. Oh gods, they've got it open. I really am done for. Okay. I'm gonna go with number 2. Huh? Oh sure, he wanted to play on the ship, but I couldn't let him. Fernera's very strict about that sort of thing. I had to shoo him off. Felt a bit bad about it. So I'm heading toward the salty mast. Not really somewhere he ought to be playing. Hope you find him. Okay, let's...
Time to see and not be seen.
Wow. So 6 mechanics and 7 lockpicks, or 7 mechanics. We're gonna get 7 mechanics before we bother with that. This lighthouse is a good place to presumably hide.
That woman expects people to sleep in a place like this?
Interesting, so I can't go into the lighthouse. Now hiring builders, no experience needed.
Hello.
You interested in doing some construction work? Pays good money. Gonna go with number 1. Workers who aren't superstitious cowards, anyway. I offer good coin, but as soon as I tell them about the job, they say an oath to Lady of Lament and spit on the dock. They all think the lighthouse is haunted ever since the floods of Devandra's gift. Echoes of the war. The floods certainly claimed enough souls to pack a lighthouse full of bursting. Number 3. Who, me? Not exactly. See, my health is rather delicate and all that dust. Alright, when I saw 2 Armagh deckhands running as fast as they could down the pier, I lost my nerve too. I'll go with number 1. Good, about time someone put an end to all this foolishness. Just be careful. Not that I believe in ghost stories, but it is an old building, so watch your step. Here. I'm gonna go with 2. Name doesn't ring a bell. If you find him, ask if he's interested in some construction. I'm gonna go with number 1. If only. It's been uninhabited since they flooded Dondra's gift. So what are you building? An inn, allegedly. The gift needs a spot with a little more class than the salty mast. This district has been in the dumps since the War of Defiance. It seemed ready for some fresh development. So imagine my excitement when I find this place. 3 floors tall and right on the water, for sale at a reasonable price. Seller suggests there were other interested buyers, so I closed the deal before I'd taken the time to really look into it. Stupid. Being from New Hayamar, I knew about the floods, but I didn't know about the superstitions regarding the lighthouse. And the seller was long gone by the time I found out. At this point, it'll be a miracle from the Lady of Lament herself if I make an investment back. Okay, I'm gonna go with number 6.
Yeah.
Great. We have a wailing banshee over there.
God's damn that son of a coon.
The angry woman clenches her jaws and stares out toward the harbor with glimmering golden eyes. Eventually, sensing your presence, she turns her feathered head toward you. Want to run down on its luck Valian Trading Company. If you have more than half a brain, you could really do something with it. As long as you're willing to clean up a few bloodstains. So what's going on exactly? Exactly, if I knew that, I'd be in a better mood. The only thing I know exactly is that Mestre Verzano, is determined to wind up in a grave before the season turns. The woman looks back at the warehouse for a moment and grimaces. After a slight nod in your direction, she storms off. Interesting. Torch.
Well met, friend.
Come take a look at my wares. Exotic goods shipped straight from the republics of Old Valia. So he has a bunch of cool stuff. Dragon eggs and dragon meat. Wild Shrike. Hey! He actually sells some of the ingredients that I might need. Not the primary one that I need, though. He also sells a beagle. I'm not going to purchase the beagle. So, let's go in here. So, warehouse hand. Protaz, keep those crates moving. Man stands in the corner of the warehouse directing traffic. Gems wink for the many rings on his fingers as he points his waves and waves at the laborers. His silk clothes, though finely embroidered, aren't new. You notice a couple of mended seams around the shoulders and a discreet patch on one elbow.
Good day, stranger.
Greetings. You've come to the warehouse and headquarters of Valiant Trading Company. But you are late. I sent word to the expedition hall yesterday. This delivery cannot wait. Number 1. Text exhibit. I must assume then you're not from the company I contacted at the expedition hall. But you are here and they are not. This bag of bitter squash seeds, which are prized for their medicinal properties. Few merchants in Defiance Bay deal with them, but those who do know their value. Okay. My own couriers have been robbed and beaten these past week. It would seem the competitors resent my success. In any case, you're not a known associate. You would be left alone, and if not, you look like you can handle yourself. As for your integrity, I suppose I'll just have to trust you, as you will have to trust my assurances that you won't find a buyer outside my contact. Eh, well, why not? Excellent. Now deliver this package to a man named Gareth at the Goose and Fox in Copper Lane. He'll know what to do with it. Return to me when you're done, and I'll see to your payment. I'm gonna go with who was that? Oh, you must mean Pelagina. She's a paladin in the employ of the Valiant Embassy. She's a good soldier, but not so good at taking orders. Too hot a temper, I'm afraid. She seemed angry. That's no surprise. She's hot-headed. A woman in the Brotherhood of Paladins and touched by the gods in such an unusual way. Okay. It looks like he runs a warehouse. Seems kind of silly to ask what he does. Live specimens do not open. So let's talk to Leanna.
Good day to you.
Young woman stands behind the counter watching you with quick, intelligent eyes. Welcome. Is this your first visit to the Valiant Trading Company? Please let me know if I can assist you. So, what is this place? Valiant Trading Company is an association of merchants from the Valiant Republics. We oversee trade deals and negotiations on behalf of our merchants. This is our warehouse where we store goods on transit. Who are you? I'm the assistant manager of the warehouse. Currently, I help Verzano run things, but I'll take over when he retires, or when the company bosses back home decide it's time for new management. Oh, that's interesting. Is that likely? For immediate transport to Barda, handle with care. So let's pop out of here. We'll see if that paladin shows up again. If she does, that would be good, because if she's a party member, I'd like to get her. With crooked and missing shingles, the roof resembles a prize fighter's gap-toothed smile. Let's pop in here. We use the rusty bronze key. So, more of the harassing thugs. Let's send our tank forward first.
How do you do?
Afer wears a defiant expression in a sturdy yet battered suit of armor. She seems to bear each scratch and ding with pride. You don't look like one of the knights. Can I help you with something? Who are you? I'm Afer, lieutenant of the Dozens. We're the last fighting force in Defiance Bay that remembers what it means to be Deerwooded. And unfortunately, I'm the only one who seems to care about the way May is squeezing the locals. Oh my god. It's a brothel. If you don't want to pay, just don't go. She isn't selling grain or something, right? Like, seriously? I'm gonna go number 1. Ordinary Kith are angry, as they should be with the crooked Amma toadying up to the nobles. She's using the tragedy at Wadewood's legacy to line her pockets. She's no better than the Adir and overlords we drove out 200 years ago. People around here say you've got a good heart. May has made it so only the rich can afford her establishment, yet she sits in the poorest district of Defiance Bay. How's that right? We've taken matters into our own hands, but she's the real criminal here. Why don't you tell her to back down? No. She can charge whatever the hell she wants. I don't care. Oh, you know, she happens to be in the poor district. I'm sorry, you see it that way. Oh no, I can't afford the brothel girls,
Sure.
and I couldn't possibly be expected to actually be interesting enough that women would want me without paying for it. I swear, man.
Following your lead.
I'm so glad that I can just kill these people. Get away! Okay, so we don't need to go after Afray next. We'll go after
Yeah. Sure.
this guy over here.
Ready, Watcher.
Ready, Watcha. I love it. He's just chilling here being like, oh, do these guys deal damage? I wasn't aware that these guys were supposed to be dealing damage. Oh, nice. Booyah. Boom! Worm time! And this guy's wearing heavy armor, which... I'm sure he'd like to be terribly useful, but... turns out not to be that useful for him. So I'm not sure if things are getting easier, or if it's just that we are basically fighting weaker things, because when you clear out everything as you reach it, you will tend to get yourself involved in some really difficult encounters, and then some really easy encounters. So we'll see whether... Because we have actually been having a very easy time. We have not needed to rest nearly as much. Mercy, please! Alright, well, I'm gonna take her prisoner, I guess.
Yeah.
So we're taking her prisoner. So we now have a prisoner in our hold. I'm not sure whether that's... like, what that even means. Someone stashed a few city playing cards under the bed. So, we now have one of the dozens in our prison. It looks like we are stuck between two groups that are both really, like, crappy. Oh, and it's daytime. We can go down here now, can't we? Cool. Save this and pop down. Whoa, hello. A ripple sponge.
Time to see and not be seen.
A Glyphin Scepter base.
I'll take a look. Would you look at this?
3 pearls. Not too shabby. Save this.
Laying low.
Whoa, hello. Okay, so we've got these Onomats here. And I guess we'll find out now whether things have changed permanently for the better, or if it's just that we've been fighting weaker stuff. Gonna send him forward, say hello. Okay.
Hey. Thing isn't doing the job.
Got an arrow for this one. Point away.
Yes?
So these things are dealing AoE damage, which is obviously unpleasant. This one just went from near death to barely injured. What the hell just happened? Okay, we're gonna knock this over. And I've completely forgot to do my summoning. There we go. So, all these people except him are going to just chill for a second. And then everybody's going to attack this one. And slowly but surely they are dealing chip damage to him. So let's see if we can take out this rain blight. I'm actually gonna pop this. This one's near death. Now we move on to the rain blight. And now we move on to this guy. Spellcaster. Sacre tu! That is a lot of damage reduction. Holy crap, his 26 base damage reduction? That's... Nobody's going to be hitting him for any meaningful quantities of damage. As long as he's got that up. There we go. 220 experience.
No problem.
And Gwithin Shield, 10 accuracy, 10 deflection and minus 10 accuracy. Their metalcraft leaves much to be desired. This bronze shield is beautiful but heavy and slow.
Eh?
Awakened Audra. Okay, so...
Something over there.
Oh, hello. It was standing on top of a
Hello?
secret. Potion of Bulwark against the elements, and some silver finnings.
Yeah.
Nothing too important. Save the game.
Hello? Hello?
With Scepter Spike. Hello. Mud squelches underfoot, grabs skull out of the way. A young boy's corpse, oh no, lies at your feet, half covered in dirt and seaweed. His hands have stiffened around a dagger, a soul lingers nearby, something confused and lost in the seaside fog. As you reach for the soul, it lashes out. Glowing mist strikes at the air around you. The soul can't touch you, but you feel it burn with a feeble, uncontrolled rage. I'm gonna go with number 1. The soul flickers. It ripples toward you timidly at first. As it swirls around you, you experience wonder, fear, and joy of running between the ships it knew. With a jolt, it pulls you back to the streets around the salty mast. Women with painted faces weave between men stumbling in and out of lamplight. Father's gone in for a drink, just like always. He said he'd only be a few minutes, but it's been hours. The man guarding the door only laughed when he tried to explain this. There's always a back door. In an alley, two men have cornered a woman. Her cheeks are streaked with tears. She's backed against the wall and looking away. They're inching closer. You step forward. The men barely acknowledge you, but the woman looks at you, a plea in her eyes. You've seen that look in abused strays. And your hollow-born sister, that time father took her from her splintering cradle to the filled wash basin. You were brave that day. A knife is in the thug's belt. It's in your hands, and now it's in his thigh. You're small and fast, but not fast enough. Fingers bite into your arm, and a muddy boot sails toward your face. Then everything is muffled by cold, brackish water. Soul retreats from you. It pulses with a question. I wish that I had the ability to say that he did a brave thing without mentioning the gods. I'm going to go with number 1. I would like to go with number 3, but the mention of the deities is just improper. So, Theron's soul absorbs his thought and ebbs in the ocean mists around the dock. A young boy's corpse lies at your feet, half covered in dirt and seaweed. His hands are stiffened around a dagger. I'll take the dagger. The small hands are rigid in death, but you pry the dagger free. It looks too large and too expensive to belong to him. The letter B is carved into the pommel.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sudden unexpected sneeze.
Laying low.
So that's unfortunate. And we don't know where the kid's father is, but the kid's father might have just run off when
Quickly and quietly.
The kid disappeared, not wanting to face his wife after he lost his kid. So Thug's dagger is added to the stash. So we have a rain blight here. We don't have the same kind of convenient place to fight these guys from. Whoa, hello. Here's a question. How do I want to handle this? I think that we're going to try to get the Adra Anima, even though these are ludicrously durable. Oops. So he's going to just stand over there and tank those. There's no reason for him to get involved. I'm going to have him pop his defense. This poor puppy. Okay, so... Oh, the puppy is fatigued. So it does look like the puppy does not share her... resistance to fatigue. I'm just gonna knock this guy over. So this guy's prone for 12 seconds. He's pretty much toast. Maybe not. That damage mitigation is nothing to sneeze at. This thing just got sea healed somehow. Crap. Okay, so we need to knock this thing prone again. And we're gonna have difficulty doing that. Unfortunately, he's getting really torn up. And he can't get back, so I think that he's gonna die. Yeah, this was a mistake. The way that I handled it was just not the right way to handle it. I was attacking the strongest enemy. I probably should have gone off with water elementals first. And I should have had everybody together. I
No
kind of
problem.
got myself stuck in a difficult position
In
just by the
Tacoma,
fact
we
that
have a memorial for the Saints' War. They say a Rawatai artillery master contributed to the Godhammer bomb. I wondered
Of course. You want Rawatai to be a part of this history. Crow about how your people helped the Deerwood. Maybe your Ranganui lied, Amawa.
on second thought, I'll ask Adair.
why would Adair know? He wasn't there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just pop him over. Have him. Ooh, actually, I could aggro this one on the bottom. What is this anyway? Why is it so tiny? Oh, I can't go this way. Oh. But we can't aggro them this way, so that's good. Oh, that was pretty fast. Okay, so we now have.
Point the way.
Ouch.
My boat. Ready, Water.
We have this thing in a sort of choke point.
Hey.
That's not good. Should have been more careful.
After all.
Toronto's just got boned. Okay, so I can pull these guys presumably to the same kind of a choke point that I had them at the first time. So let's see here.
No problem.
Is this the choke point that I fought the first group at? I think it is. No, here it is. So this is the first choke point that I use. I'm going to put Aldrea here.
All right then.
And I'm going to just pull. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so these two
Following
will
your
pop in.
Ready, Water. Got it.
And we're gonna try to knock this guy over. I actually have my party position completely incorrectly for this. So we can now pull up these guys. Oh, she got knocked over. That's not good. That's even worse. She's currently unhealthy.
What?
Yes?
Is everybody attacking her? That's not good. So let's see if we can get damage reduction lowered on this guy. One hit, two raise. So that guy's damage reduction is in fact being lowered. Okay, so we need him to move forward. We need her to knock this guy over, and we need these two just to move this guy. Well, actually,
On your word.
What?
that guy's knocked over. We're pulling Aldrea
On
out.
your word. Hmm?
Now the hope here. I'm actually going to try to take these guys out. So how are they? Just gonna stick to fighting this one, I think.
Let's go.
So let's see if we can remove this.
Sacre blue.
Eh?
Okay, let's do this.
Hey.
Yes?
What?
And I'm actually gonna knock him over.
Bio. See.
So he's over for 10 seconds, it looks like. Let's try and reduce his stuff again.
Sacre blue. On your word.
Fortunately, he did miss on the one target that we needed to hit with.
What?
Holy crap. So he just used a big AoE. We are going to pop this. Knock him over again, if possible. Okay, good. So now he's off Aldrea.
Got it.
Get him out of the way.
Ready, Watcher.
I actually should have done this before because of the fact that it doesn't cure damage. Okay, Adra Animat is toast.
On your word.
Pulling him back.
Ready,
Him
Watcher.
there. So unfortunately, we do have two attacking now.
Ready, Watcher. Sure.
On the plus side, they don't have nearly... Wait, what? Top defense. And... there we go. Whew. All the targets are destroyed, and we have cleared out the dangerous creatures from this ship.
Yeah.
Good times.
Time to see and not be
Muscles
seen.
cling to the bricks and the planks. The shell is sharp enough to cut flesh. I was figuring that the beasties here were going to be something
I
else.
shall be quiet
Were going
as
to be
a
the things that
calm
had
sea,
killed that Dennis did.
which
but-
is not very.
Okay, so let's check my journal. Okay. So let's go talk to this model guy. Is this about the broken scepter? I'm gonna go with number 2, I guess. Oh, actually 3. Come to think of it, I did. They went that way. Couldn't have been gotten too far. So, she was always tinkering with these things back when we were young. I used to think she was the fool, retiring some dusty study in Brackenbury, but after the horror on that boat, I think she made the wires her choice. You mean you got past those armored monsters? I don't know. Listen, if you're willing, I'll give you the last piece. And the name of someone who will buy it all. All I want is 200 pounds for getting the cargo here. Sound fair? I'm gonna go with number 2. You want 200 pounds for locking the rest of the crew in the hold and sinking the ship? Look, how about 100? I'm just trying to get by until the next job. Yeah, I'm gonna go with number 1. Fair enough. He accepts your money and gives you the opal. It's still warm in your hands. You want to go to the Brackenbury Sanitarium and find Nan. She'll know more about the artifact, and I know for a fact she bought them from the crew before.
Eh?
I should get hard bargainer. So these guys went east. And they supposedly couldn't have gone far. I don't know where they are though. I mean, they wouldn't be at the brothel, right? So maybe they're at the end of the dock here? That's all I can think of.
Eh?
Ah. 4 people stand gathered around what appears to be a wooden chest. One of them, a grizzled and tough-looking character, looks up at you and sneers. Took a wrong turn somewhere, did you? Best turn around and walk on. Damn it, that's the second lockpick. Looks up at you and stills. Oh. You've walked down your last pier. Okay, so we've got a group of thugs here. We have 37 hit points on him. We actually should have used field triage. And what we're going to do is we're just going to send him in to attack. Yeah, that's not him. Send him into attack. Get him away as far as possible. Pull him back as well. The hope here. Okay, let's try to take out this one first.
What?
Is that who I think? Oh god damn it, that's Durant's too. I need to get him away. Fortunately, she is no better choice to get damage coming in, so I think there's too many of these guys to handle with my current hit point values. Because you can see that half of my party can't take any hits at all. I'm just gonna load because that guy's 4 HP away from dying. Let's see. I am going to heal him. Plus 40 health over 12 seconds. That's really not terribly impressive.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're right here. I'm going to try to get to the thinnest part of the pier and fight them there. She has plenty of hit points, so she can take some hits here. But she's basically the only one that can. don't want to take any hits on him because if he goes down during the fight, then it'll be very bad for me. Let's get the pup over here.
Eh?
The goal here is basically to survive long enough that I can pull out the worms and
Hey. Of course.
all that jazz. So we're gonna go pull this up. Okay, so unfortunately, I have to get really, really close to this guy in order to, crap. In order to aggro them, I need to get really, really close. Okay, so let's try to get a knockdown going. Okay, so this guy is not down. Everybody here can just start beating on this guy except him. Now, the key is I don't have any AoE damage. This guy just got back up. Recast this.
Eh?
So Sagani just killed this thug. Oops. Damn it.
On your wo-
That's not what I-
Yeah.
Holy shit. We need to use a force field on him. That actually worked.
On your word.
Unfortunately, I don't think that we're going to be able to fight all of these successfully. They do another knockdown. These guys didn't fall. Shit. Let's play face here. Okay, so we're gonna have to load. And yeah, I don't think that we're gonna be able to fight these guys quite yet, which is unfortunate because this is presumably a time, like, intent or time critical quest. I was thinking about doing this first before I did that other one, but then did not. I could always send the dog, actually, or the fox rather. You've walked down the last pier, fox! What does the fox say?
Ready, Watcher.
Okay, so let's try and get this one dealt with as best we can.
Yes?
What?
Yeah.
Hey.
Eh?
Why are you attacking me? Not looking promising.
We got Scotty.
Not at all. So let's load this. Whew. Yeah, I think that we're gonna have to come back later. This guy got his box stolen, but I just don't see any way that we're gonna deal with it right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. How long do we have for our stronghold? If is a member of the dozens who organize a harassment campaign against the patrons of the Sultan Mast. Interesting. Oh. Okay, that's the end of our time. We have 12 hours on our Bailey.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm going to right here. Ah, you know what? Okay, so the next thing that we're actually going to do is we're going to head up to the Salty Mast and investigate this dagger that has the initials on it. So that'll be it for today, and we'll continue the investigation tomorrow.